brought to you by the Gateway Film Center, 1550 North High Street, Columbus, Ohio. Further details and showtimes online at gatewayfilmcenter.com.
The award-winning It's Movie Time is produced by John DeSando. Listen to the shows and read reviews online at WCBE.org.
I'm John DeSando.
I'm Hope Madden.
And this is It's Movie Time. Now, you'll notice, Hope, that I have my Stingray City shirt on.
Yes.
Because I'm feeling very warm about animals.
Okay.
Now, these in the Caymans, they'll come and they'll slip her right around your legs and so on. Very intimate, beautiful experience. Are you feeling that kind of connection with Dawn of the Planet of the Apes?
I don't know that I would want to go hang out there, but I really love the movie.
Tell me why.
You know what? I remember when they rebooted Star Trek. I remember thinking to myself, really? And then I went, okay, now I'm in. And then when they rebooted Planet of the Apes, I go, oh no, seriously, come on, we're not really going to go there. And it was a powerful and intimate, heartbreaking movie. And Dawn of the Planet of the Apes is even better.
Yes. Among the many attributes of it that I really like as well is the humanity of it.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to tell a story, and it's going to be science fiction, and you're going to have animals, naturally, if you're Disney, for instance, you're going to be warming right up with those animals. And while, for me, the apes here aren't necessarily warm, because there's some goofballs and some really tough guys in there, I'm feeling good about both sides, humans and apes. Would that be fair?
Yeah, actually, I think that might be the thing that the film does the best is to because it's just a big political allegory. It's a political thriller, is what it is.
Yes.
With apes in it, and I think that in the best political thrillers, it's a mirror to humanity.
Yes.
And that there is no 100% right or 100% wrong side, and that there are always individuals within each side that are noble or are self-serving or are misguided. And I can't remember. I mean, it does such a great job of illustrating that the machinations behind political movement.
Yes.
And it's a Planet of the Apes movie.
And all the time I couldn't help but think about the Mideast and how little I understand of it really, because there are so many tribes, so many agendas there. And I'm saying to myself, well, here we have tribes, at least two different tribes. You got humans, you have apes, and as you very well said, you have all kinds of interests in there. And recently, I was noting the return somewhat of Ahmad Chalabi in Iraq, and this guy was the one who gave us all the false information.
Right.
Right. And he may be ascending again. I'm hoping they're not going to do it because he made himself a multimillionaire off the U.S. But how this stuff happens?
I know.
And the apes, it doesn't seem to be any different.
No. Yeah. It's and there's a point. Well, one of the things is what I love about it is that they named the main ape in the previous installment Caesar. Boy, they ran with that this time. And I loved the way they did it.
Yes.
And it's another just avenue that they took to show this is the history of civilization. Like this is how it happens. It's what always happens. This is the behind the scenes of how it happens. For as long as we've had civilizations, human or apparently now otherwise.
Right. Sure. You have Andy Serkis playing Caesar. And you have him, because he'd been nurtured by James Franco, anybody would be smart if he had been, but he has much more highly evolved than most of the other apes, except for the Koba,
right,
who was a bad boy.
Yeah, they were all, the ones who can speak anyway, were all part of the lab experiments in the previous installment. But one of them got to go home and live with a nice man and his dad, whereas the others were caged. And Koba in particular, as you can see, he's horrible looking. He's all scarred and he's lost pieces of his face. And he had been mistreated for a long time, and so he has no interest in making amends with the humans. And, the humans need to get to a dam that's situated in the village that the apes have established. And the apes are thriving. They're doing well. The humans less so because, to be honest, we're a weaker species.
Well,
If they're as smart as we are, we got nothing on them because we need power, we need electricity, we get beat up
that's
easily.
a fair point. Somebody makes that point.
Yeah.
They're more powerful because they don't need what we need.
No.
So they're all by themselves. They're somewhere outside of San Francisco in the Muir Woods and just having a dandy old time with
Yeah.
their little fires all over the place and their
Oh,
families
yeah.
going, and it's really good. But then you have these lumbering humans coming in trying to find hydroelectric power from an old dam. And where you have Koba, and we mentioned as the tough guy who causes trouble for the apes, you have Gary Oldman's character as kind of that, I thought, a kind of parallel. I mean, Oldman is bloodthirsty, is he not, as he plays this game?
Yes, I think. Well, I mean, I love Gary Oldman when he gets an opportunity to really act because I think he is really a magnificent actor. And this is a pretty slight role, and he finds, I think, layers to it. And there are layers there. It doesn't have a lot of screen time, but he is he's not self-serving. He's obviously quite hurt. He's scarred. He's afraid, but he's also trying to do the best for the human race. That's what he thinks he's doing. And then there is another character who is a little gun happy,
Oh, right.
and you know
right.
what? Even
He's
he
more.
isn't, I think, 100% one-dimensional. But he's more of a knee-jerk. He's terrified of these apes, and he's not going to budge on that at all. And I just think on both sides they do a nice job of showing a lot of different personalities, a lot of different perspectives.
And that's a great point. The relationships and the negotiations. And when it gets down to it between apes and humans, it's not easy at all.
No, and then I also love just the society in the apes. The when the ones who are deciding they're going to follow one over the other, you really feel for them. You know, I mean, like when one makes a decision and is punished for it, you're just like, oh no, you know.
Well, yeah.
Poor Ash. I loved Ash.
You know, I was disappointed because I thought the sick wife,
Mm-hmm.
Caesar's wife, with Carrie Russell there happening to be a doctor, was a setup I've seen before.
Sure.
You know,
Yeah, that was pretty convenient.
it was. You know, she's going to have to help Caesar's wife get better. My gosh, is that a bonding? Yes, of course it is. I think I've seen it. So I guess there's some tropes that are always going to be
Probably
in any
yeah.
of these.
Sure.
The cinematography, what do you think?
You know, I'm not sure that the 3D was really necessary, but it was a gorgeous film.
You know, I didn't see it in 3D.
Mm.
And I didn't, of course I didn't miss it. I never miss 3D. It is so distracting.
Gravity, you would miss 3D.
Yes, you would.
That's about it,
Thank
though.
you.
That's
You're
about
right.
it.
You're right. Otherwise, I don't miss it at all.
No.
And I had a great time with it. So, Hope, here we have the summer.
Mm-hmm.
I guess we could call this a tentpole.
I would think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe the last one, really, of the summer.
Yeah, and both of us feeling really good about Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. Now, the other one that we might recommend, I certainly would recommend, would be Snowpiercer.
Yeah, I think, you know, isn't it great that in the same week these two outstanding sci-fi movies come out all at once?
Yes,
You
they
know,
are.
and I think they might be my two favorite films of the summer.
Oh, I'm with you all the
Yeah.
way. But Hope, when it gets down to it, we have to award a grade to this movie.
Yep.
The movie is Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, and Hope Madden is about to affix a grade.
I'm going to give it an A-.
Oh, and I'm going to give it an A- as well.
Oh, no.
So I guess that, believe me, I like to think we're tough.
Yep.
And for this movie, if you can't get to San Francisco currently because it's just too expensive, I think this is a cheaper way to go. Fulfill your dreams that all those snobby people, all their homes have been wrecked.